Hello everyone, the Duke here, and today I'm trying to fix my windshield wiper fluid reservoir because it's leaking out fluid. Well, I spilled some down there, but essentially I put some distilled water in here after it was constantly getting dry. I could see it dripping out. So I'm pretty sure there's a hole in the bottom of this canister, but how do you get this out? Well, first of all, you need this thing removed, and then you need, I don't know if you can see it right down there, I'll point it out in the video, that thing removed. Now to get this off, what you need is a 10 millimeter, and I've got just a little attachment right here, but what I can do, if I can actually get it off, to get the one on top, I just got this little screwdriver that I can just attach right here. Take my light because this thing can't see hardly at all, and just go like this. And then, of course, with this thing, you might think that, oh, how do I have to pry it up or something like that? No. What you do is underneath the tire, you're going to see these two things right here. This thing and this thing. Got my ratchet right here, which I have this thing right here on it that makes it smaller. I cannot remember what that is called. Okay, let's see if we can go. Alright, I don't need the ratchet anymore because it's loose. So now we can just go wee. Boom. I just set this right here, and now it's this one right here that needs to be removed now. Alrighty. That one is, they're the same ones. So now, yep, here it goes. Of course, I'm going to disconnect that thing right there, which as far as I can tell, I don't know how. But we can go ahead and remove this thing right here. That connector right there, which basically just pry that back and that comes off. And then this one, a little more trickier, but what I'm going to try to do, because see that hose right there, I don't want it to get loose, but I do need to be able to get this thing out. And I can definitely tell, I don't know if you can see, a lot of liquid down there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this connector right here. And the way I do it is I believe you're just going to pull back on this one. Yep, there it goes. And then if I move these two connectors out of the way, I think I can just push this thing out like this. It's quite tight in there. I don't really want to use a screwdriver because it's just plastic. I hope it's not screwed in there. Is it screwed in there? Oh my gosh. It is. Oh. Okay, so there we go. There's a little pump right there. Now it's kind of leaking out, you can hear, which is fine. But there's a little pump right there. Isn't that cute right there? Now, we can remove this thing. This thing certainly is dirty looking. I'm going to go test it for leaks and stuff like that, because obviously it's going to leak out of the little bitty hole right here, because that's where it's supposed to pump in. I may have found a leak, because see, I've got this sealed, I've dried it off, yet something keeps on dripping. So I think it's time for my old friend JBL Weld, or wait, JB Weld, not JBL Weld, that's a sound system, to come out and seal this thing, which I think it's probably this crack right here. Huh. I don't know if that orange crap was indicative of fluid, but yeah, I'm going to dry that off and then I'm going to get that thing cleaned, or I might just replace it if it's like $10, $20. Because, I mean, come on, it's just a plastic tube. It can't be that expensive. Although I'm fine with cleaning it other way. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fill it in with this after it's all done. But firstly, of course, because it's all still wet and I can't really dry off that crack very good, I've got a fan on it and I'm going to basically let the fan dry it off. And then after that, I'm going to use, actually that's Loctite, but I have some JBL Weld. And I'm basically, I don't know if you can see this, I'm pretty sure this right here is where it's broken apart. And I'm just going to coat that all. I might just coat the whole bottom in it, because I mean, you know, it can wiggle around a little bit and that'll make sure that it won't leak for future generations. That will outlast the car. That's how good JB Weld is. Because I JB Welded all these parts right here. behind them, of course. You can't see it, but they're holding on just fine. No rattle in there. Well, rattle there, but I mean, way better than it was before. So, it'll probably be a day or two, but we'll get this all up and running. I need more. I love JB Weld. Who's trying to log to my PayPal? Fantastically lovely day out. That's not gonna stop us. We got lip water. So now, this should be, well, it's still a little gummy, but I'm pretty sure it's good to go. Now that it's cured, I just want to go ahead and make sure that that's the only place that's leaking. So I'm gonna test that real quick. All right, so now as our test, that's no longer leaking right there. So I think we're all good to go. Yay! All right, so now we're gonna stick this back in here, although this might be a little funky to record. I'm pretty sure if you're smart, you can figure this out on your own. I'm gonna stick the pump back in there. Yeah, all right, pump's back in. We'll hold up these two wires. I hope my narration isn't completely awful, but essentially, and we just slide that back in. And then of course we've got, I can grab the wires now. What is happening? Why is it not going in? All right, wrong connector. It's this connector right here. I'm stupid. All right, that's finally clicked in right there. I just had to make sure that little tab right there, that flicked in. And then this right here should go, there we go. That's clicked in. Now we screw everything back up together. So we have to get these, which is this one right here, and then this one right here. And we got our stuff right here. Okay, I can see the metal. I think that's correct right there. All right, that's in there. I'm not gonna screw it in all the way. I don't know if you can tell down there, but yeah, it is going in, but slowly. So now it's just pretty much using the 10mm to screw them all in. These are finally tight. This is such a pain for some reason, probably my own doing. But now, there we go. And finally, I think that's actually everything. I'm probably gonna have to redub all of this in the background, but I've got my orange juice. I love this stuff. It's kind of a little minty flavor. What we're gonna do is, I'm gonna get myself a funnel. I'm not gonna do. All right, 10mm. Get back where you belong. Stay in there. But yeah, this is how you change the washer fluid out on a 1990 Cadillac Coupe DeVille. I'm certain it's pretty similar on all the Cadillac models, although, you know, it might differ slightly, but it's basically that bolt, and then those two bolts underneath the tire, and then of course disconnecting those, and voila, you have your pump out. And of course I use JB Weld, which I love, to fix this, and honestly that JB Weld is probably going to outlast this plastic. So I looked to see about replacing the plastic thing itself, and these are like 40 bucks, and most of them are out of stock, so it's like, nah, I'm just gonna fix it. So that's how you take out or replace the washer fluid reservoir in your 1990 Cadillac Coupe DeVille. I hope this video helped you, and this has been Duke, signing off.